Okay, hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to my little corner of the internet where I talk about my love for knitting and some of my other hobbies. So if you're new here, welcome on in, and if you're a returning viewer, it's great to see you again. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for over 200 subscribers. I think almost even just a couple of videos ago I had talked about 100 subscribers, and now we're already over 200. So thank you so much for all the love and support and all the kind comments on my last video. I really appreciate reading them all, and I really thank you guys all for the kind words. But today's video is going to be a different video again, similar to last video where I talked about everything I made in 2024. This video I'm going to talk about my Make 9 for 2025. So if you're not familiar, Make 9 is kind of in the knitting world or knitting YouTube. They creators kind of talk about their top 9 things that they want to make during the year, and then at the end of the year you kind of compare and see how close you were to completing your 9. Maybe your decisions changed, maybe you didn't get to finish all of them, or maybe you just decided to do something different. But I do have a lot of projects that I would like to make this year, so I thought it would be best to make my Make 9 at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year I can see how many I've either completed or my wants really change a lot, so maybe my things will change during the year. So but yeah, let's get right into it. I have my computer here with just a list of things, so if you see me looking over, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, let's start off with my Make 9 for this year. So just to start, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 items. They are all garments, and yeah, there's a kind of a variety of different designers in there. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So actually, let me double check here. Yeah, okay. So my first one that I would like to make is the Seaway pullover by Ozetta. So I had seen Gently Chaotic Knits talk about her Seaway pullover. I believe it was the last thing that she finished in 2024, but I was really interested in that design and kind of how it really is reminiscent of waves with cables all throughout, but no really defined cables. So if you're not familiar with the pattern, I'll be posting pictures here of the pattern, and then maybe some yarn or something if I don't already have the yarn of the kind of colorway that I'd like to make it with. But this one here, I was thinking about doing it in kind of a dark blue, but I recently got my color analysis done here in Korea, and blues are not my color, so I've kind of been rethinking my colors quite a bit. But yeah, I'm not too sure now. This is really the only item I have on my list that I don't really have an idea of the colorway or the yarn I want to use, but it does call for, I believe, a DK weight. Actually, no, it looks like it calls for a fingering held with a mohair, so a sport weight. But yeah, I'm not too sure what color to make it with. The pictures on there's a gray and a burgundy version. The burgundy version is very pretty, but I'm not too sure about. I have another burgundy planned knit, so I'd maybe like to try something different. I did like the gray version actually, so maybe a gray or a brown, but I do have a lot of browns already planned, and greens I have a lot of and as well, so I'm trying to think of maybe branching out to something a little bit different. So maybe a gray would look nice. But yeah, I really love the detail on this one, and just how the cables, like I said, look a lot like waves. So I think, yeah, that's my first Make 9 for the season, and that's the Seaway pullover by Ozetta. Now I will say the order that I talk about them in aren't necessarily going to be the orders that I complete them during the year. It's just the orders I thought of them and put them down on the list. So yeah, that's the first one there, and I'll talk about the sizes. It has 5 sizes, and the final bust circumference starts from 90 centimeters and ends at 162. So looking at the sizes, I believe I'd make the 2XL or slash 3XL, so the 144 centimeter bust circumference, because it is a drop shoulder, and that's kind of the size I enjoy with my drop shoulders. But yeah, so that's the first one there. And yeah, I'm not too sure about the yarn combo. Probably I'd like to make maybe something woolly, or yeah, something. I've been thinking about maybe trying the Lana Vest, I think it's called, so maybe I'll try it out with that one there. But let's talk about the next one here. So the next one is the new Norma sweater by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I actually have the old Norma sweater, so the colorwork yoke one, cast on already. It's just on hold while I work on some other projects. But I really love the new Norma as well, and I was thinking about making it for my Make 9 this year as well. It is what's different between it and the old one is that it's a drop shoulder, and I believe it uses a little bit more woolly colorways, or woolly yarns, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, I really, really love how this one looks. I've seen some amazing color combinations or colorways on Instagram. One of my favorites is Strict Yoga on Instagram. Every single item that she makes is just so beautiful, and I really fall in love with all of her colorways that she chooses. But yeah, she kind of did a light brown with what looks like a light blue and white colorway, which looks really, really pretty. Or maybe she just, oh no, yeah, so light brown with a little bit of light beige, and then light blue colorway for the color work, which is really, really gorgeous. And then there was one I also saved on here that I really loved as well, and it was, let me find it here. It was by the Knitting Norwegian, and she did like a very nice light blue with what looks to be gray or black, and then with some white as well. So just a really beautiful color. I'll post the pictures of their versions on here. But just looking at the yarn, it calls for Isair Soft Fine held double, also held with a Isair Spinny. So I was just looking at the yarn beforehand here, and I would like to probably do it in the main color as E7S, and then have the contrast colors as E2S, and then 36. So have kind of a full brown, light brown sweater, and then have the contrasting colors be a dark burgundy and a white. I think would look really, really nice. But that's just my my starting ideas for what I'd like to make for it. But yeah, I really like how it's a little bit more fuzzy than the original Norma. And it looks a lot more loose fitting and baggy, which I really enjoy in my sweaters as well. So that's my second Make 9, and again, I'll post the pictures of the yarn that I'm thinking about here as well. So, but yeah, that's my second item on my Make 9, and that's the new Norma sweater by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And then the second one, or third sweater, is the Sunde Sweater by November Knits. November Knits had a big sale giveaway where all of her patterns were, I believe, 20% off. So I bought quite a few of her patterns to make them in the future. And the one I'm really in love with right now is the Sunde Sweater. So the Sunde Sweater is a fingering weight striped sweater. She has a winter version as well, which is a little bit thicker gauge, but I really like the fingering weight, and it calls for a fingering weight held with a mohair. So her versions use Sandisgarn Sunde, I believe, or it calls that you can use Filklana Arwetta, and then yeah, Sandisgarn Tin Silk Mohair and Filklana Tilia if you wanted. But my favorite fingering weight yarn is Knitting for Olive, so I think I will use Knitting for Olive Merino for this, held with either Knitting for Olive mohair or maybe some Tilia I really enjoy as well from from Phil Kalana. So yeah, just to think about that, I was thinking of making it a main color beige or light brown, and then my stripes being dark burgundy, I think would look really nice. Or my second idea was to make it with a light brown slash burgundy, so something like the oatmeal or the marzipan, and then hold it with the Bordeaux, I think would look really nice. Or again, use the marzipan or oatmeal or wheat, something like that, and hold it with the dusty artichoke. So kind of like a light brown with a light green, I think would look really nice as well. So I haven't decided about that, but those are just some of the ideas I was thinking of for that one. Oh, let me go back to the new Norma, and I'll tell you the size I was thinking of. So the Norma sweater, new Norma sweater, comes in 9 sizes, and it has a bust circumference of 114 centimeters to start to 176 centimeters, and it calls for about 30 to 35 centimeters of positive ease. So I would probably make either the 2XL or the 3XL. So for 153 centimeters of positive ease or 159 centimeters of positive ease for that one, since I think it's supposed to be a little bit baggier for the drop shoulder. And then for the Sunde Sweater, it has 7 sizes, and the bust circumference is 99 centimeters to 144 centimeters, and it is a striped raglan sweater. So with raglans, I normally aim for around 133 centimeters, so I'd probably make the 2XL size, or maybe the 3XL if I want something a little bit more loose fitting. But yeah, and it's knit up on 3 millimeter needles, or 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, and then I believe the ribbing is in 3 millimeter needles. So, and then the Norma sweater uses 5.5 millimeter needles to 4 millimeter needles. So I believe it would knit up pretty quick, since you are holding 3 strands of yarn together, and it's on, I believe, mainly on 5.5 millimeters, which is really nice for a sweater. But yeah, let's move on to my fourth thing on the list, and my fourth item for the Make 9 is the Lana Vest by Irene Lin. This is the only vest, I believe, on my Make 9 list, but I do really love the look of the big oversized cabled vest, and I really want to make it. I do have some yarn already that I believe I'll be using, which is some yarn I bought here in Korea, and it's just some wool, cashmere, and nylon yarn in a kind of off-white cream color that I think I'll be using for it, and I think will turn out very, very nice. But I did see Marlene Knits made a version in a very dark brown, and that one looked really nice as well. But I'm trying to use a little bit of the yarn that I have from my stash for these items to start. So yeah, that's the Lana Vest by Irene Lin, and it comes in 5 sizes, and it's calls for about 15 to 30 centimeters of positive ease, and it's a V-neck cabled vest knit up on 5.5 millimeter needles, so pretty big gauge again. And the body circumference is from 116 centimeters to 136 centimeters. So I'd probably go 136, but even then that might be not as much ease as it's recommended. So I wonder if I could make it a little bit bigger by adding more moss stitch on under the armholes, it looks like. So we'll have to see about that one. But yeah, just a vest for my Make 9, and I believe the 4th item in my Make 9. And then my next 3 items are from Aegyo Knit, a Norwegian knitwear designer, I believe she is Norwegian. She's Scandinavian for sure. But she has a lot of great patterns that I have on my list to make, and that I wanted to add to this Make 9. So the first one is the Busan Sweater, which is a big raglan sweater that is has a big cable down the middle. So if you haven't seen it before, I'll post some pictures, but the colorway or the color that I want to make for this is actually from Strict Yoga, the exact colorway she has. Like I said, I really love all of her colorways for the stuff she does, and she actually made a version that I really fell in love with, and it is basically in a dark purple, or it's called eggplant. So she uses Gepard Woollia in aubergine, color 480, and Gepard Kidsetta in the color eggplant in 1332. So I have bought the aubergine already, but I don't have the soft or the Gepard Kidsetta, so I'll have to get that. I looked at the Knitting Loft online, and they didn't have any of the Kidsetta left in stock, but I did buy up all their Woollia in the aubergine color. So I think I'll probably buy the Kidsetta here in Korea in the eggplant color, but it's just a beautiful purple, dark purple color, and I'll post the picture here. Let me see what size. So like I said, it is a raglan sweater, and it comes in 4 sizes, and the finished bust circumference goes from 117 centimeters to 140 centimeters. And it is recommended ease of 15 centimeters? No. The recommended ease of 10 centimeters to 45 centimeters. So I'll probably make the largest size, so size 4, with a finished bust circumference of 140 centimeters. But yeah, that's the first thing on my list for the Egyo knit patterns. I really love just how simple but elegant this design is, with the big cable down the middle of the front there, with a little bit of a higher neckline. And yeah, I really love all of her patterns. So the next one here, also from Egyo Knit, is the Jeju Sweater. And the Jeju Sweater, I have bought the yarn already. Oh, sorry, the Busan Sweater calls for Gepard Woollia held together with Kid Silk or Kidsetta. So I believe it's like a worsted held together with a lace weight, but I'm sure you can use all kinds of different yarns for that as well. And then the next pattern here is the Jeju Sweater, and this is a fingering weight yarn held with a lace weight, and is a big oversized kind of, I'm not sure what the kind of color work is, but it's a big oversized colorwork sweater. And I had mentioned this in another video, but I had an idea or an inspiration to make this version from one of the characters of Mad Men. One of the secretaries wore kind of a purple black plaid dress or of some kind, and I really liked the colorway and how it looked, so I thought this would be the perfect kind of inspiration or colorway for the Jeju Sweater. So I do have the fingering weight yarn already. I'll show you guys. I do have the fingering weight yarn already. I bought here in Korea, and it is from Som Knit, and it is soft fine Shetland wool 100%. And I have this for the main color, this kind of purple, dark purple heathered color, and then a heathered gray for the contrast color. So these are going to be the main colors of my Jeju Sweater, but I just need to find a lace weight to hold with these. I did a swatch to see if I could make it without the lace weight, but it's too holey without the lace weight, so I need to find a lace weight to hold with these two colors. So the Jeju Sweater comes in 5 sizes, and the finished bust circumference is 125 to 180 centimeters. It's supposed to have a very oversized look, so I'm thinking I might do the 172 centimeter one, so size 4. but it's the only thing is someone on my other video when I talked about the yarn when I picked it up and what I wanted to do with it said that it's a very labor intensive project because it is a gigantic sweater knit up on 4mm needles. So yeah, so you really have to I guess slog through it, but it's a fingering weight colorwork sweater with a split hem for the ribbing on the side. Yeah, that's on my Make 9 for this year. And then finally for the last Aegyo knit pattern is the Haraboji Cardigan. And this one's been on my list for quite a while, and I actually changed my ideas quite a bit for what yarn I want to make it with, but I think I finally found the perfect yarn to make it with, and it's the Retrosaria Peroa. And I just picked this up recently for my birthday. This is going to be my Haraboji Cardigan yarn. It's just really, really beautiful. And it's kind of like an off-white kind of, or light brown milk tea type color. But the yarn has flecks of dark brown in it as well. So I think it's going to make the Haraboji Cardigan look so beautiful. And this is colorway 409. So yeah, I'm really excited to cast it on. It'll probably be my next cast on. But for those of you that don't know, the Haraboji Cardigan is a little bit of a different design, and it's actually started from one sleeve and knit across, and then you knit the body flat and then knit the other sleeve. So normally you work either top down or bottom up, but this one you actually work sleeve to sleeve, and it's a cable textured cardigan. After finishing my cardigan number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, I really, really love the cardigans, and I enjoy wearing graphic tees, mainly like K-pop tees. So I think cardigans are just the perfect knitwear to show off my tee collection as well as wear my handmade knits. So I want to make a lot more cardigans this season or this year. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to start with the Haraboji Cardigan, and it's just a wonderful color there. And let me check the size. I believe there's 3 sizes, sorry, and the bust circumference is from 120 centimeters to 140 centimeters. So I'll be making the largest size for sure, and it's the 140 centimeters. And the recommended yarn is the Roma Fivel, but I couldn't find any Rauma anywhere near me, and I really, really loved that as soon as I saw the Retrosaria yarn. I thought it would be perfect for it. So, and it's knit up on 4.5mm needles, and then I believe 3mm for the ribbing. The next one on my Make 9 is the Neigh Sweater by Boyland Knitwear. So this one's actually not going to be for me, but it's going to be for my brother. My brother is a very big fan of Charles Leclerc and F1. So he's a big fan of Ferrari, and the Neigh Sweater is a colorwork yoke sweater. Well, it's a yoke sweater, but it's not colorwork in the yoke. The colorwork is down on the body, but it's a colorwork sweater that has a horse design on it. So I'm going to actually be making him a Ferrari-inspired Neigh Sweater using Sande's Yarn Co. Early Morning DK or Sunday Morning DK. I have made my halibut sweater with this yarn, and I really liked how it knit up, and I really liked making the halibut sweater with it, which is from the same designer. So I'm hoping that using the same yarn again for the Neigh Sweater will work out really nice. But yeah, I'm going to make the whole sweater mainly red, and the horses are going to be yellow like Ferrari, and then the ribbing as well as the X's on the arms are going to be kind of off black, dark bluish color, which I think will look really nice. The checkers or plus on the arm reminds me a lot of the Finnish flag in F1, so I think it'll look really cool when it's all finished and that kind of thing, and I think it will be a nice Ferrari sweater, but also a nice knit sweater in general. So the Neigh Sweater comes in 6 sizes, and it's from 71 centimeters to 173 centimeters bust circumference. But I do know that the sizing, the finished bust circumferences does vary widely because of the colorwork pattern. The horses are very big, so one repeat of the horse, if you were to change size, changes the size quite a bit. So I'd probably go with the 142 centimeter one, because the one size smaller than that is 118, which would just be way too small. And then I think 166 would be way too big. So probably going to go with the 142, which is size 3, I believe. Yeah, size 3. So, yeah. And it is made using 4mm needles for the main, and then 3.75 for the ribbing. And then my final garment for the Make 9 that I have this year is the Tulip Loop Sweater by Other Loops. I haven't decided if I'm going to make the Tulip Loop Sweater or the Tulip Loop V-neck, but I bought the Champagne Problems colorway from Sorella Yarn from her Taylor Swift collection, which is a really nice, beautiful green. And I bought that yarn for the Tulip Loop Sweater to make that at some point. So I believe it calls for a DK held with a lace weight, and I have the Champagne Problems Sorella yarn. I'll post a picture here somewhere for it, but I don't have the lace weight yet, so I'm hoping to pick up a nice green as well to go with the Champagne Problems colorway for the Tulip Loop Sweater. And if you're not familiar, the Tulip Loop Sweater is a cabled sweater that the cables look like tulips, which I really, really love. And it is a drop shoulder, I believe. Yes. And it is just all over cabled sweater. It comes in 6 sizes, and the circumference is from 107 centimeters to 147 centimeters. So I'll probably make the largest size for 143 centimeters. And the recommended needles is 4.5mm needles, and then 4.4mm needles for the ribbing, I believe. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one as well. After finishing my heart chain sweater, I really want to make more cabled sweaters this year. So that and the Haraboji Cardigan, as well as the Lana Vest, all have cables, and the Busan Sweater actually. So yeah, I'm adding a lot to my cabling knitwear this year. But yeah, I have a lot more like ideal projects that I'd like to make, and a lot more projects that I have on the go and in stash and all that. But these are just my main Make 9 that I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the year, and see at the end of the year how many I've completed and how many I've got done. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe or leave a like. And once again, thanks so much for all the love on all the videos and all the kind words, and for all the new subscribers. I will see you guys in the next video, probably with a normal knitting podcast again. Thanks. Bye.